Hey, what's going on, you guys? We are back tonight. Making sure you give me a heart and a thumbs up. Say hello, drop down and say hi so that I know you're here while I'm getting all this stuff together. And the little firefly would be wanting to do his little fiery thing. Let me plug in. Let's see if we can hear me with my microphone. Okay. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me know, can you guys hear me? How is everybody doing tonight? Hey, Benita. Oh, yep, I see y'all comments. I see them. They coming in. Oh, this was good. So everything went smooth. I want y'all to know that I'm tired. After being on here till 4 o'clock in the morning with y'all, I'm so tired. But like I said, make sure you give me some love and say hi when you get in here. We are back. We are back. I'm looking for one little thing. As soon as I find this one little thing, I promise, all eyes on you. How was you guys this week? I know, last night I know some of y'all was helping me out with the technical support, do the technical support thing. I'm super excited about that. Trying to get you guys over here as we work out all this other stuff because I want to be able to see you guys' comments as you comment. Isn't that lovely? And 3, 2, 1. Oh, I see the whole thing. How's everybody doing? All right, so tonight we're going to get into some things. Like I said, make sure you give me some love, some thumbs up. You can also send some stars if you would like as well while we're getting here. I'm excited about this season because I am allowing you guys to be able to go with me through it as I walk through and I build, and you see the final product of the show. So I'm super, super excited about that. Hey, I see some people speaking to me, but it ain't gonna. I'm learning this other stuff, so I can't see it. So right here it just says Facebook user. But hey, how are you? How are you? Somebody just called me a doll, so I know who that is. Your name ain't up there, but I see it. That got to be Janelle. Hey, Janelle girl. Janelle girl, yeah, I'm about to come to you so you can do my taxes early. y'all go hit up Janelle. Janelle is the best tax lady in the land. So Janelle, I'm about to be hitting you up soon. Because I need to be first on the list. I get tired of waiting in lines. You know what I'm saying? I get tired. I love the new graphics. Thank you. Yeah, so you guys are going to get to see me do it. You guys are going to go along through the journey as we build and get everything together. So tonight, we might be a little bit of a trigger warning for some, enlightenment for others, but we're going to get into some domestic violence issues, which was inspired by Mike Jones. Shout out to Mike Jones, who I can always rely on him to be controversial. He brings it. So we're just going to get into some of those things. So give me a hot thumbs up. Like I said, share the show for me. Push the show and share it for me. You will truly appreciate it. So the incidents that we're going to get into tonight, I want to know how many of you guys are familiar. We have Ray Rice. We're going to get into Ray Rice and him knocking his girlfriend out in the elevator, but now she is wife. And society feels like the fact that he did that, he shouldn't be held accountable for his actions any longer. So that was a part of the discussion that was in the group, versus Mike Jones made it very clear that his stance on that is he doesn't feel that anyone who puts their hand on a woman should be glorified in any manner. He feels like he shouldn't be getting awards. He shouldn't be acknowledged. He shouldn't be anything. So I'm excited to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Also, we are going to be getting into, one second, what we have here. Because y'all been seeing it around. So like I said, thank him for sparking this convo. I also have something to show you guys. We're going to also acknowledge and shed some light on a business tonight. I'm excited about that. We're going to get into her advertising, her business tonight. But we're going to get into, like I said, Ray Rice knocking his now wife out in the elevator. You know, Cardi B, I know you guys have seen that, how she's spazzing out. She's going off online because Offset keeps cheating. She can't stop Offset from cheating. And then she comes back and then she like tells her fans to like F off for not even, for not, you know, going with the flow of the fact that she's torn in between the two. Then we have Super. I like Super just to see everything that she's gone through. You know, we have her where she has said, hey, we both are violent. We both beat on each other. This isn't new. This is what we do. So I appreciate the honesty. I don't know about y'all, but, you know, when it comes to relationships, a lot of times we don't like to be honest with ourselves with a lot of stuff. Hey, how are you? Make sure you let me know where you're watching from. I see all of you guys on here. And like I said, I'm excited because it puts you guys all together as a collective. So I have all of the collective together, but I can't see, y'all can't see it, but we discovered it last night. And then we have Blueface, Krishan, Jaden, and all that, and his circus, and how a lot of us have been tuned in for his circus. I know I have. You know, I was tuned in, as he called it. But how do you guys feel about domestic violence? You know, I think one of the things that we have to understand is that each relationship is different. Everyone has their own poison. Oh, you tuning in from Ukraine? Shout outs to you. We had people in here from India last night and Indonesia. So shout outs to us getting internationally known across the microphone. But you know what I mean? So when it comes to domestic violence and stuff like that, I don't think it's ever okay. It's never okay to get that angry to where so you begin to strike one another and things like that. It's just a big no. But with each situation, I feel like that we can learn from it. Now, a lot of the times, you know, people who are in abusive relationships, they always have a problem with those who speak out against abuse. I don't know why, but they just seem to do. They just do. Okay. So with the I'm sorry. Ugh. With the physical abuse part, right? What I was trying to say at first is everyone has their own poison. Like, be honest tonight. Y'all know I like to keep it real. Tell me, what is your poison? And when I say your poison, we all have different levels of things that we can deal with in relationships. Some of us have where we're able to deal with an alcoholic. Some of us may be able to deal with the verbal abusive guys and women. Some of us are able to deal with the habitual cheater. Some of us are able to deal with, you know, the violent partner. You know, we all have our own poisons that we can deal with. And, you know, you can't judge everyone's poison based off of what you would and you wouldn't do. But I think the first thing that you would or should be able to do is have some compassion. What you think? What y'all think about that? You should have some compassion in regards to it. I mean, you tell me. You keeping up? Is it making sense or is it making sense? And a lot of the times, you know, what you would deal with, the next person won't deal with, okay? And it's okay. So here we are. We have Ray Rice. You know, I watched the video. Pretty soon I'll be able to let y'all see some stuff. But he posted the video in there, and his gripe was that he just feels that, you know, by society, culture, whether it's for financial gain, whether they are in sports, whether they are singers, whether they're anything, he feels that, you know, you should not be glorified or awarded in any form. What you think? What you think? I see y'all on Facebook. Where my YouTubers at? Would it be safe to say people who witness abuse as a child have higher tolerance for abuse? Yeah, I would believe so because, you know, based on the video that we showed last night with the little girls dancing, singing "Sexy Red," the little babies, they have you didn't come in here knowing that it was okay, it was not okay to let somebody beat on you. Some of it is things that you may experience. Some of it are things that you have seen, you know, and usually people who grew up in a volatile, hostile home, you may either, you know, stray away from it and you won't accept being abused, or you may become the abuser. You know, and I think that that's good when it comes to Super. So Super was saying that, you know, she's no longer going to be engaged to this guy. She loves him. She has nothing bad to say about him, but she just was saying they both have a hand problem. But the issue for her was the hand problem had spewed into the public, and she wasn't sure who could have, who may have seen it. You understand? So she was like, you know, this wasn't nothing new for us. This is what we do. And she just didn't like the manner in which it happened that day. Oh, Coach, you on here? See, I gotta, hey, Coach. That's why I said y'all got to say hi so I can see y'all. I have to, because we got this new system and it's working and it's trying to work it out, okay? But absolutely, like, most importantly, you know what I mean? But the thing is, you know, I love the fact that she was able to own it. Then we have Blueface, Jayden, and Alexis. I mean, well, Jayden and Alexis is the same name, and Krishan, all right? Um, they all crazy. Now, all of them, they're just crazy. He was with the one baby mother first. He left the one baby mother for Krishan, got with Krishan, spent some years with Krishan, ended up breaking up with Krishan, was beating Krishan. They were very violent towards each other. And then he put a baby in Krishan. Krishan and him now have little baby chaos. Okay. He comes into the situation. They've been back and forth. He proposes to the first baby mother. You know, a lot of the stuff of what we see today, how some of y'all may be living in the same situation. So, and then he goes in and he does that. Now, me and my friends bump heads when it comes to this Blueface and Krishan thing, because I don't feel like they are victims. You know, after a while, to me, you are no longer a victim. When you are willingly and voluntarily standing into a situation and you just doing your best to you know, cover up and deal with the bull crap. I feel like when you stay in a situation and it goes against your moral compass, it goes against what you stand for, you just teach yourself how to operate in fear. What you say? What you think? What you think, lady? What you think?
I do. I think the same thing. Like, as long as you stay in it, that is exactly what that is.
That you teaching yourself to be conditioned to pain, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. Then we have Cardi. Now Cardi thing is Offset keep cheating on her. He keep cheating on her. And she can't stop it. You know, he keep doing what he want to do and he keep cheating on her. You know, and she has now gotten to the point where she is now cursing out her fans. Yeah. And you know, we can't judge that either, because some people, you know, some of y'all not friends with people because they know your business. But people only know your business because you tell it. And I think that's the biggest part that a lot of people forget and that we miss. That people only know your business when you tell it. But she definitely she's definitely a little fed up and was just like, you know, her excuse was she wanted to have sex on New Year's. That's what she said. She was like, you know, y'all can use roses and dildos and vibrators. She was like, not I want the real, real deal. And then it comes a time where you have to say, well, Dad, you want the real deal at what cost? Give me some love, give me some hearts and thumbs up. And the one thing that I do like about the book Black Women Love, that I had the opportunity to be a part of, is my chapter in the book was about what your comment is. I wish she would say who made that comment, where it said, I don't think either one of them know what real love is. And my thing is, a lot of times when you're in a situation, your circumstances, your situation will be able to let you know just how much, you know, love is the very thing that's lacking in your relationship. And more importantly, love is the thing that's lacking within, you know, within yourself as well, right? So, you know, I like to be transparent. You know, when I was younger, I had my fair share of knucklehead relationships, volatile relationships, verbally abusive relationships, um, and all those things. But I'm able to sit here today and say that I know that I was dealing with those things because I didn't love me properly. I didn't love me properly. I didn't know what love looked like. I didn't know what love was supposed to feel like. All I knew is that love was a feeling, right? And society and culture, pushed the agenda that you had to, that I had to fight for it, that you had to go through nonsense to get it. But then, luckily, I had somebody in my life that taught me the opposite, that introduced me and made sure that I knew. Oh, now I can see the comments. Okay, now I can see who y'all is. Hey, all right, I got it. That taught me to get me to understand this good thing called the Bible, to understand what love is. And one of the things that I like, the way I like to describe love is, I like to describe love as God. God is unconditional. God is loving. God is forgiving. God doesn't hold grudges. God God doesn't take notes. He doesn't hold anything against you. He's always forgiving and there for you. And even in the midst of you acting a knucklehead and acting a fool sometimes, he will chastise you, but it's only to grow you. Versus what we as our human selves decided to take and make love mean is love is he cussing me out. Some people believe that love is them, being beat on. It's okay as long as he buys you a gift afterwards. It's okay as long as, you think it's cute that he chasing you down the street in front of your friends. And it's all fun and games until your head's blown off in the backseat of a car or your body is up in the Hittahoochee River. You understand? And hey, G Dubs, welcome back. He said, absolutely. My YouTube baby's in the house. And a lot of the times, hey, Ray Keisha, and a lot of the times, you know, being honest and looking at yourself in the mirror and being real with yourself about some of the choices and decisions that you make can be very, very hard. It's very hard. I don't know about you, but it's uncomfortable. You get to realize some things. You get to see how low your self-esteem really is. You get to see how many values and morals that you don't have or what you go against. Because the one thing I like to always say is if you don't follow your rules when it comes to yourself, why would anybody else? It's like the dog who cried wolf, and we like to take it upon ourselves to say, well, well, God can forgive, so I can forgive. Okay, and next thing you know, you use those statements, and you'd have had 10 black eyes, been dragged down the steps, then possibly maybe had your car shot at. They probably didn't cuss your parents out, because at this point, you understand, when they lose respect for you, they lose respect for everybody that's around you. So it's like the disrespect to the level of starts to become worse, but we like to say, well, God forgives. So we like to play God and allow ourselves to stay stuck in situations and connected to people and different things that don't really mean you any harm. A lot of times you're connected to people that's really killing you and killing you slowly and holding you back. Because when you decide to go ahead and take time to join and become one with a person, you aren't only getting your karma, but you're now getting the combined karma of the other person that you're with. Did you catch that? You understand that? So sometimes you have to do these things and do the work on yourself. Me and my friend was having a discussion because she's like, well, I know your stance on cheating, and I know your stance on being in, violent situations. And I was like, yeah, but I'm never judging anyone who chooses to stay. And I'm never judging anyone that chooses to walk away or someone that's trying to figure it out. And I had to let her know. I was like, well, no, it's not that. My thing is, I'm not an advocate for anyone staying in pain. I don't care who it is, man, woman, and once upon a time, and when I was in my 20s, I dealt with a violent little person. He's no longer here, but yeah, he was violent. You know what I mean? Like, and I went back a few times trying to get away, but then ultimately, I had to put the work in and do the work on myself because I knew ultimately I didn't want to be with somebody that put their hands on me. I knew I didn't want to be with somebody that was disrespectful because even you got to look at this way. How can you lay down with a person that just called you the B word or said F you, and then your reasoning is, oh, I was mad. So now I have to act like let's paint this picture. Y'all here? Give me some thumbs up and hearts and love. Y'all here? She said that part. She said, I agree. So, because I'm trying to paint a picture, okay? So, and some of you may even do it. That's why I said I love the fact that Super was like, look, I fight on Ray and Ray fight on me, and I know it ain't right, but I'm working on it. She said, I usually bang him without permission. This time I banged him because he grabbed me first, but she said, hey, I'm working on it. So, so with stuff like that, right? How is it that you can tell someone that you love them, right? And I love you, and we share time together. We exchange bodily fluids several times, right? We've shared struggles together. I'm there for you, you're there for me. And in the middle of an argument, you choose to bring up my shortcomings, right? On top of you bringing up my shortcomings, you now are putting your hands on me, right? And once you begin to put your hands on me, you know, it's like you mad, you didn't call everybody, right? And I keep looking up because I'm trying to paint this picture, trying to see it as I do it, right? And you paint this picture, right? And before it gets to that, you also you think it's cute that you're going back and forth with other women or other men about this man, right? Because you don't even know that he really ain't all that, but he's only all that to you because in your mind, you done boosted him up to be, umo numo, Rico Suave, and he ain't even worth none of that. Okay? So now you're also going back and forth with women in regards to it. Okay? Then on top of that, you now second guessing yourself. And then at the midst of that, you still have the energy to cook for this clown, clean for this clown, wash this clown clothes, accept this clown's proposal if he does decide to propose, because that's what Blueface did to Jaden. Accept this clown's proposal, right? After you accept this clown proposal, you then turn around and even push out more kids by the clown. You then begin to alter yourself for the clown. You then begin to second guess how you feel and how you look for this clown. So I'm trying to paint the picture of, getting some of you guys to see what it looks like when all the while you're treating me like this and we're treating each other like this, and I have to turn around, get my poom poom excited, sleep with you, feel good about sleeping with you, because society has taught me that makeup sex is the best sex. How dysfunctional is that? Okay? How dysfunctional is that? And now I'm like, we wake up tomorrow and we're going to do it all over again. So now you just created and you are living in a cycle of bondage and chaos. And then have the nerve to say, well, it's love. Well, and then the other theory that people take out of context is, well, if you let something go and it comes back, then it's meant for you, right? But I feel like if you let something go, and it clearly it wasn't meant to be there. You know what I mean? And then we will take the word love, because one thing you have to learn though, and it takes time because I didn't always know this. That's why I like to come here and I give you all the little tools stuff. Your mind is bigger than your emotions. A lot of people, we are emotional based and we act off our emotions. And that's how sometimes your emotions get you ended up doing 55 to life. Your emotions then got you to kill the mother or father of your children. Your emotions that had you act up in road rage because somebody cut you off at the light. So we allow emotions to guide us more than logic. Because sometimes it is very hard to think in the midst of, right? But when you do the work, I promise you, I'm here to tell you because I've changed so much. Then when you're doing the work on yourself and you're trying to get an understanding, and then you have to you recognize that you can't do it on your own. Because a lot of us think that we can fix us on our own, and we begin to correspond and talk to our same dysfunctional friends that ain't got no outlet or no way to which way they going to first. And then we begin to lean on the same people that are in the same situations for guidance. The blind leading the blind. Let's just call it that, right? So, I want you to see that. But within all those things that I just said and all those things I just talked about, love is the last thing that's in that situation. But most importantly, right? You're not even loving yourself enough to say, you know what? You can't do this to me. Because a lot of us feel like if we let somebody go, right, we don't want them to move on and be happy with the next person. But if you stop and you sit and you think about what it is the relationship was like when they was with you, you would say, to God be the glory. And I want you guys to chew on that for a little bit while I go through the comments. And then we do our little advertising. But tell me like what you're thinking. Give me some hearts, thumbs up. Share the show, follow me on all platforms, join the group, all of that. Let's see, G-Dub said it's just using them and they think that stuff is normal. Yeah, absolutely. Shout outs to you too. You began to think that is normal. So that's why when you see people speak up, because for one, society already shows that the lack thereof women for women is not there. Society does not love women. And you know how some of y'all that be on y'all power to the people stuff. Society definitely don't love a black woman. That's what y'all say anyway. Right? So then when you have these men saying, man, well, after he beat her up, she married him. Well, that was because she didn't have no choice because she was trying to help save his little career and they was trying to do cleanup and make it look good. And even then, even though he stone cold knocked her out, somebody still said, well, she married him. Usually victims and things like that, there is some codependency there, which is a side effect that'll make you do some things. And then how many times ask yourself this, how many times has somebody done something to you while you were with them or whatever form it may have been, friend, family, or foe, right? And they've done something to you and you began to respond and then you feel bad about the response you gave. Even if it was a situation where you were not wrong. You were not wrong. But you still feeling like, well, I shouldn't have said that to him. I shouldn't have said that to her. I mean, is I'm lying or is I'm lying? And so my thing is this. There are certain things that I'm just not willing to do for me. And you can tell me what are the things that you're not willing to do because a lot of things are easier said than done until you put in them. Once you know what you don't want, it helps you guide and have a better system of knowing what you do want. Oh, you're talking about Stockholm syndrome. Some people do suffer from Stockholm syndrome. Absolutely. That's a sure thing. So, when you know what you do want, you know more well what you don't want, right? So, like I said, I didn't know nothing. I only experienced like a volatile relationship once. We would fight. He would send stuff to my job, all that. I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe he might be forgiving because this is new territory for me. Right? But then I had to learn, like, yo, this ain't okay, my dude. You're really crazy. But then I had to look at me and say, well, what's going on with you that you even accepted this? And then had the nerve to want to call it love. So there are like two things. So y'all tell me what y'all no-goes are, right? So I can tell you what for sure my two no-goes are. Hands down. Coach can't come on the show to get me to bend. Coach can't get me to try to figure it out. Coach can't get me to try to do nothing with it, right? So when he try, y'all gotta be like, Coach, she done already done said. Because we do forgive. And a lot of times you got to understand, just because you can forgive someone doesn't mean that you have to do lunch. I also had to learn too throughout life, just because I forgave you doesn't mean that I have to continue to allow you to hump on me either. Woo! And that's the one. I think that one right there, that's not trying to add to your body count. So you keep revisiting the same foolishness. Okay? We call that justification stupidity. Trying to justify. We don't do that. We gonna be full blown accountable. Baby, ain't no ping ping in the world worth all that. Right? So the things that coach, hey Stephanie, the things that coach cannot get me to bend on. And I believe everyone can change. Oh, I believe everybody changes. Hello, I've changed. So I know that, right? But I will not ever deal with a man that is or has been accused of rape or being a pedophile. It may have already served his time or whatever it may be that happened out here with them. I am not going to put myself in a position to see if you've changed. I'm not doing that. Okay? And I am not going back to a man that put his hands on me either. These are my two no-goes. I don't care if you propose. I don't care if you bought me a house. I don't care what you did. I do not care. I am not going back to a man that beat me or a man that hurt and touched some kids or touched women to see if you've forgiven. That's just not what I'm doing. You know, because you gotta hold yourself to a standard. Like I had to get some standards. And for me, I feel like anything that I had to sit and cry and get some help with, or go and cry to God to help me get delivered from or remove me from, to just go back to it, whether it's next week, 3 years, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, to me, it's just like a slap in the face. But if I do go back, and when we do go back, that's because you ain't learned the lesson. You ain't learned the lesson. I'm not saying that don't mean that he or she has not changed. I'm just saying that I am not going to put myself in a predicament to see what it is. You can be forgiven. All is well, and I accept your apology. But you're going to have to go be with Boom Boom Belinda so that she can reap the benefit of you're no longer violent. You're no longer, messing and taking people's poom pooms at will, messing with people's kids. I even cut people off who call me the B word. Some may say, Patty, you're not going to talk to me any kind of way because I'm not talking to me in any kind of way. How are you sitting around trying to be positive and do positive affirmations and speak life, but you're allowing people to speak death to you with their tongue? So that's why I say sometimes you got to sit back and really look at yourself and your situation, and it will reveal to you just how much love is the very thing that is lacking in your life. Because even it even says, you know me in Proverbs 17, it says, better a dry crust with peace and quiet than a house full of festing with strife. Okay? So it even says it is best to be living in peace and quiet and happy with self than to be living and staying in bondage. Okay? So a lot of the times, you just have to do the work and know you. You have to do the work to know you. And a lot of the times why we don't think that we deserve better or that we could get better is because you don't feel like you're worth it. You don't feel like you're worth much. You might say, oh, I know I'm worth it. Oh, I got high self-esteem. Oh, I know I'm this. But your relationship says, no, you don't. No, you don't. Your relationship is saying, what? Your self-esteem is shot. Because you letting this man or this woman talk to you any kind of way. You letting them do whatever they want to do. You know, that's just my take on it. I'm going to go to some of the comments. And then I'm going to show you all this beautiful piece that I have. So Nicholas said, they are serious. I would not ever try to get you to bend on them. Oh, no, that's right, Coach. Coach said he ain't getting me to bend. I know you wouldn't, Coach. Okay. Queen T. Band said, I have a third one, too. I can't deal with a guy who dealt with men either. Okay. Okay. So she said she's going to add on. She's not dealing with a man that dealt with men. Vernon Mack said, keep up with the truth. Absolutely. Hey, Stephanie Tarantino. I miss you, sugar. Deirdre Coates. Shanice said, heavy on, easier said than done until you're put in it. Yeah, definitely. But you know what, too, with that, too, Shanice? We get put in these situations, though, and we won't even begin to even try to do the work. We might give it a day or two. It's just like your prescription. How many times have you gone to the doctor to get an antibiotic or need some Flonase or something, and the prescription say, take twice a day, 5 days for 5 days. Some of y'all still got pills in your bottle, medicine candy. Ain't even fully finished the prescription. So if you ain't even fully finishing the prescription that you are given by the doctor to help you with a symptom, I ain't gonna believe that you following rules in your relationship. You gotta start measuring people by the fruit. You gotta start measuring people by their lives. You have to start measuring people by their lives. I promise you, you do. Because you may look at somebody and think that they have all the answers, and then you discover that they don't know a daggone thing. That's all I'm saying. You know, I don't allow people to just tell me anything. I say, well, you don't have to tell me who you are. Your life is going to show me. It's going to show me. Sometimes loves make you stay. No. Fear is the only thing that makes you stay. Because love will release you from it. And Pebble said, an author once said, we stop accepting abuse when the abuser abuses us worse than we abuse ourselves. Yeah. And also, if you get into this book by Don Miguel Ruiz, it also tells you that if someone doing things to you and people speaking things to you worse than what they usually would do or normally would do, is because you are accepting things that are different and worse within yourself. You aren't fully accepting yourself. But that's another session. But right now, before we get out of here, you guys enjoying the show? Before we get out of here, make sure you share the show for me. Share the show. Follow me on the group. Come over and subscribe to Instagram. Subscribe to YouTube. Follow me. You know what I'm saying? We are back. But tonight, right? I like, since I'm bringing back, we're going to bring back Business Crush Wednesdays. Tonight, I'd like to honor the lady of the hour. She does mental awareness and scriptured art. Out of clay, she paints. She does everything. The girl is talented. You hear me? The girl is a beast. The girl is a beast, okay? She's a young Black girl, and she makes pieces, and all her pieces have meanings to them. And her name on Instagram is Maramorphosis, right? That's her name. So shout outs to Maramorphosis all the way in Texas, okay? Ain't that what Beyonce say? Houston, Texas, baby. Yeah, shout outs to Texas. You guys go follow her. Now, I'm excited because I have my own little first piece of art, right? And here it is. Give me some hearts and thumbs up, you guys. Are you guys enjoying the show tonight? So I'm about to show you. So this piece right here, right? This piece goes to I'm about to tell you. Proverbs 17:22. Looks like I said, she makes scripture pieces. And I love it. Like all her artwork is fire. All of it, right? And I want you guys, give me some hearts and thumbs up before I show you though. Because I want you guys to tell me, what do you feel and what do you see when you see this piece? Can y'all do that for me? And put it in the comments, Facebook, YouTube. What is it that you see? And what do you feel when you see this piece? Okay? And share the show. Share the show for me. I didn't really get into all the comments tonight. I'm trying to get into some more. Pepper said, you can't expect someone who doesn't love and value themselves to offer those things to you. Absolutely. You can't expect that, right? So look, are y'all ready? Let me know if you're ready. Type in the comments you're ready. And if you're catching this show after it's over, make sure you hit replay because we're about to get up out of here. We're about to get up out of here. And it's the new year and we started on time. Look at that. Told y'all Rome wasn't built in a day, but every day I strive for excellence. All right, I see you saying ready, ready, ready. So here's this piece. Look at this piece. Look at this piece. Look at it. I love this. Let me bring it up closer. Look. I love this. Y'all know I'm a little weirdo. Y'all know I'm a little different. This is so pretty. I love it. I found this young lady in 2020 on Instagram. Yes, I found her in 2020 on Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, I want some of this stuff. And I'm so glad. And it's heavy. And I'm like, oh my God. It's pricey. But God said, oh, you will have one. Amen. What are we at? 2020? 4 years later, I got me one. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all better stop playing. I love this. I love it. All right, so, and I got to get some more stuff too. So shout outs to Mara, the Mara Morphosis. Let's see. Let me go to the comment. Okay, so Pebble said a happy heart. Shanice said, walk the world with peace in your heart and allow yourself space to grow, or as you continue to grow. Yes. Heart of life. Yes. I'm loving this. YouTube, what you get from the piece? Now, can we see, please? How about you, Handy Mandy? In case some of y'all missed the assignments, I'm gonna hold it back up. How about you, Handy Mandy? What do this piece when you see it? Your heart is full?
Yes.
Yes.
It's smiling, it's flowers, it's everything peaceful. It's
everything peaceful, happy heart. Yes. I love it. I love it. I like that heart of life one because that was a good one, wasn't it? That was a good one. Heart of life, because you should do what makes your heart happy. Do what makes your heart happy. And if you're in situations and you're crying and you're upset and you're down and you're always stressed out, That's not making your heart happy. That's not making your heart happy. You know, we were born to live, laugh, have fun, smile, and grow. And when you are, in misery, you understand? You can't grow. You can't grow that way. What did the artist call it? So she uses her scriptures. She calls it a let me look on here for you guys. And I'll come back and I'll put her information in the comments, but her pieces are dope. I want this one. Meanwhile, I'm talking to y'all, getting off topic. I wanted this one. This one is a fruit, bearing fruit. The girl is fire. Um, but this one she just said, do what makes your heart happy is a cheerful heart. So she puts the scriptures to each piece with it. And she makes like little pieces to it. My very, very first thing I ever got from her was a bookmark. I'm trying to show it. She's been on the news. She's been on everything. I want this. That's the Tongue Speaks Life or Death one. I actually watched her make it, and the tongue actually has fine words on it. Even once I get the system together, I'm gonna be able to pull all this up on the screen. I like that. I just love everything about it. Her pieces are so good. What did you say? That tongue on fire, yes. If someone can recognize it. How do you know when those standards are? How do you know what standards? Like, how do you know? Oh, how does somebody recognize what their standards are? Is that what you're asking? YouTube. I think what you're saying is, then you said if someone can't, that someone may not be able to recognize that their standards. Well, you will be able to recognize it because when you know what you don't want, you're able to know exactly what you do want. Yes. Oh, really, Earl? Yeah, she definitely had meaningful art. See, now y'all about to, you know what? Now y'all about to make me go on here and show y'all some more of her stuff. She's dope. And I was just grateful. So what she put on here, this is when she was making this one, right? This is when she's making it. And then actually it's cool too. She actually goes live a lot on Instagram and lets you see her making it. Oh my God, I didn't even know you could do so much with this clay. But what she put up with it, she says, a merry heart makes a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of heart, the spirit is broken. And then she puts the scriptures with it. And then she puts, do what makes you happy. So her pieces all reflect scriptures. That's mine. I can now go on her page and be like, yeah, I got me something. So I'm a little pumped up. That's when they say that's when you start getting you start getting grown. I'm either getting grown or getting a couple of hours because that's when you start buying art and stuff. And I think it's just I'm just getting grown, child. Oh, and then this one. Oh, she's wrapping it up because it's leaving. Um, this one is actually a brain, and this one is about the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding. And this is a brain. Oh, I love this piece. I want to just find the picture because oh man. This is the brain. And it's about having a peaceful mind. So let me tell you a little bit before we go. So she was saying that she started getting into it because she's big on mental health. And she started off using her own face to make some of these sculptures. And I want to find the picture. See, look, I like this one. That one's nice. And then this one says, are you speaking life today? Isn't it beautiful, guys? Beautiful. See the words that I was telling you on the tongues? Where it says speak life. I just think she's phenomenal. It takes a lot of talent to do that. But I can't find a little brain one. But y'all get you know the vibes. You get the picture. Y'all get the pictures. Did you guys enjoy the show tonight? So I guess what we'll say without further ado is, out of your heart are the reflections of life. And what, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? So I challenge you to see what it is that your heart speaks to you. Does your heart have life coming from the ends? Or is this all bondage and sorrow and darkness and brown? Are you respecting you? Are you living for you? Or are you living on everyone else's terms? And I challenge you to get in tune with you. Because once you get in tune with you and with your higher self, that is when you will discover your own power and just how wonderful you are. And the reason why a lot of times that we don't accept a lot of things is because we ourselves don't feel like we are worthy enough. We don't feel like that we deserve all the desires of our heart because life and people have broken it, beaten it, mistreated it, used it, and abused it. Circumstances have just shown you otherwise. And you allow your heart to be black and blue. But I ask you, can you break a heart that's already broken? And I will see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. Share the show for me. Sharing is caring. Knowledge is power. Subscribe to everything and turn your notifications on because we are here. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.